the son of a dab and come over. Yeah.
Hey, Chucky, these guys are way.
Very nice. Get him when he bites in his face. Actually, I think he's afraid of scaring the little kids.
Oh, I thought he was trying to scare me.
What do we say, Hondurans?
Huh?
Hondurans?
Guatemalans.
Oh, Guatemalans, okay.
All right, take as many pictures as you want.
Hey guys, it's Jim with United Constitutional Patriots. We just had a group of, looks like right around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What do we say, 26? 26 Guatemalans that just came down from that mountain up there. As I told you guys, here's what's happening. We've had a little change in the program over here. We have a, over here, where you guys have seen where you can cross, there's a, Mexico has parked a police vehicle there, and so they're turning around the coyotes temporarily. But what's happening is that it's not stopping them. What they're doing now is they're getting into these mountains, and so we're having to position up in the mountains, and they're following these trails in the mountains. And it just so happened that we were able to, let me show you something here. We were able to cut them off over here. See this walk trail here? So this is where we caught the group. And so what's happening is that the coyotes will bring them about a quarter of a mile way in, and then there's several trails they can take through the mountains. So it's really hard now to get the groups, and they're coming in at different times. So they've changed up their time schedules as well. But I want to show you this group again. Some of these guys are a little younger than what we've been seeing. So you got to be a little bit in shape to make the mountain hike. But give you a picture here.
Is that your daughter?
So what's going to happen now is we've got a processing van here. So they're going to go to processing, and they'll get criminal background checks, find out if there's any ties to terrorism. If you notice one thing, the child is with the guy. That's kind of a little bit suspicious. But anyway, so these guys have hiked probably approximately 5 miles to get to where they're at right here. Hi Linda, how you doing? But anyway, they're still coming in, guys. Doesn't matter that Mexico's parked down there. It's just making it a little more difficult to get them. It's really difficult terrain to get up in those mountains, and you know, there's so many places to hide. There's tunnels up there. There's all kinds of stuff. So, you know, but this is what we're doing. As a matter of fact, when we're done with this, Mr. Viper over there, you can see standing there, he is going to take a position on that hill over there on the top. On the top over there, he'll be able to scout, and he'll be able to see most of the trails and paths. So when it gets darker here in a little bit, with the help of some night vision, say hi Viper, he'll be able to radio down and let us know what paths they're taking, and then with us and with the help of Border Patrol, we can hopefully stop these guys from getting through the hills here. So, but I wanted to show you guys, it's Saturday night, and even though the little crossing down there is closed for business on the Mexico side, it's not stopping them from coming in. And this is what I was trying to tell you. Even if you close the border, you're still going to have these issues, because there's so many places where there's no border wall. You don't have enough Border Patrol to get up into the mountains all the time. Like I said, they're busy processing. Just a group like this of 26 people, consider this, at 2 hours a person for paperwork, you're going to have probably, 2 hours times 26. That's the math. So some people have been commenting, well, why do you guys catch them? What's the point? Here's the thing, we can't kick them back. If we kick them back, then we're done, okay? Bottom line. If they're on the other side of the border, we can tell them not to come across. But as you guys saw in one of my other videos, they bomb rushed us. They bomb rushed Border Patrol because they know once they get foot on the soil, they can claim asylum and they're entitled to due process. Hey, Vix, how you doing? So the thing of it is that we're in a situation right now where until we change the dang laws, until Congress gets its crap together and realize we have a crisis, no matter what we do, these people are coming to a neighborhood near you. They're not looking to hang out in El Paso. This is just a temporary stopping point for them. They're going to get on an airplane. They're going to get on a bus. There's charities. They're selling candy bars down here to raise money for these guys. Beto O'Rourke is having rallies saying, rip down the wall, get rid of ICE. It's unbelievable. Okay, they say that this is racism and all this kind of stuff. It's just it's liberal. It's a mental illness that they have, and I don't know how we're going to fix that. But I appreciate you guys for sharing these videos and letting people know the truth and see the truth of what's going on here. The bottom line is we have a crisis. We have so many people coming in through the border. This is just a small section of the border. You got all of Texas, you got all the rest of New Mexico, you got all the rest of Arizona. There's still caravans marching our way. And, you know, the thing of it is that, yeah, Mexico could step in temporarily and maybe they'll push the caravans back. But remember, guys, these guys are being funded. And a lot of these guys have money. They're not coming here poor. So if they get a visa and they fly into the airport and then they get a coyote to bring them across, you know, it doesn't matter. Trump is doing everything he can do. Okay, he's warned Mexico, you know, but again, remember this, guys, the cartel is making a fortune. The cartel, whether you want to like it or not, Mexico has a very corrupt government. They're on the payroll in many cases, and let's just be honest, between the drugs, the human trafficking, the sex trafficking, and everything else that they're trying to do, the baby renting, the recycling of children, they're making a lot of money. And so anyway, bottom line is that we got to share these videos. We got to keep going live. We got to keep sharing this message. We got to keep getting them out. Yeah, you know, that's a nice thing, and believe me, if it was just up to Trump himself, we would be sending them back, okay? But the bottom line is that until they change the laws and they stop this asylum claiming stuff, it's not going to happen. What needs to happen is Americans need to get on the phone and call their congressional representatives and tell them they've had enough and that we're not going to stand for the invasion. And they need to pass laws to help us clean out some of the people that have gotten in. That's the other thing. I mean, what are we going to do now that we got thousands coming in every day? They're all going to have to eat. They're all going to need health care. They're all going to, you know, I mean, you can say what you want if you're a liberal, but this will affect you, I promise you. It's going to affect everybody in every state, and we got to stop it. And the more they ignore the president, and you know, again, guys, call it a conspiracy, but you know dang well the liberals want these votes. That's what this is about. Prior to this, they all recognized border security. They all recognized the need for a fence. They were all for immigration reformation, but not anymore. So I just want to show you guys this again. We're going to be at it tonight. Viper's going to go make the climb, so he's going to be our point man tonight. We're going to try to catch some more of these mountain crossers. They're making us work a little harder, but we're committed to getting them and committing to getting it done. So bottom line is we're going to be set up tonight, and we're going to try to, you know, at least help document, and that's my point of why we're catching these people. We're documenting them. We're stopping criminals. At least we know how many are here when we catch them. We know what we're dealing with. And then even after all that, when we release them, these people will disappear into the cracks of society. They're going to come to places near you. So when you hear statistics on crime and all of this, think of this, guys. We're not catching everybody, okay? There's groups like this coming through the border everywhere. There's not enough border patrol. There's not enough manpower. We've put the call out for help. If you're military, if you're ex-law enforcement, if there's anything you can do to come down here, we're camped out here 24/7. We live in the desert. If there's anything you can do to help us down here, we would be greatly appreciated. We have a dog, Athena, that hangs out on the property here, Melissa, but we don't officially have our own canine yet. We're still putting things together. We're busy at the border right now, and we're kind of relying on other people to help out as well as they can. So, but the biggest thing you can do to help us, guys, is to share these videos. Get the message out there, share it with whoever you can, because until people see it and until they see the frequency of it, pictures are worth 1,000 words. And so the bottom line is we can either go to bed and ignore this issue, and we can just pretend that we can let a couple more years go by and that this isn't going to affect us. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Minnesota and what happened up there, but not to get into a big thing, but the bottom line is Minneapolis was semi-invaded. Minnesota was as a state. And California is the same way. And one of the reasons that these states have gone as lunatic as they have is because of the voting fraud. It's because of giving driver's licenses to illegals, validating people, and now they call them undocumented. No, when these people come across the border, they've broken the law. They're criminals. And, in some cases, because they're pending or they have a case waiting for 5 to 7 years, they're going to be able to get checks, cash. They're going to be able to get food assistance. And you're also going to have situations where you have charities and churches, instead of using their resources to help people here, homeless here, Americans that are legal, they're going to be working to solve these guys' problems. Not all of these guys have legitimate asylum claims. It's a very small percentage of them. And that's what I'm trying to show you. So when you see them wearing nice tennis shoes or nice clothes or, whatever, the bottom line is it's because they're not fleeing a crisis. They're just coming here to basically take advantage of what CNN says, and that's come to America and we'll take care of you. So anyway, guys, the bottom line here is we're going to get headed out. We're going to get Viper up on the hill, and he's going to radio me, let me know where stuff's coming, and we're going to work with Border Patrol. And we are going to get some more tonight, and hopefully we'll be going live again. Like I said, Saturday is typically a busy night, but we had to figure out their new pattern since Mexico moved in. And so Viper is going to make the climb, that hill right there. He'll be able to have a 360-degree view of all of the crevices and stuff around this area. So we're not going to let them get in just because of some mountains and because of some Mexico police. So thanks for sharing, guys. And the bottom line is we're out of here. Thanks for watching. This is Jim. You can also check out our page, United Constitutional Patriots, New Mexico Border. And stay with us. We'll be back later on. Thanks, guys.